Hey everybody, T-Man again, bringing you guys another video, and once again, my 31 days of WrestleMania continue with my countdown, counting down to the worst, all the way to the very best WrestleManias of all time. If you guys missed any of my countdowns, shame on you. Go back and watch all the countdowns to see why I ranked every single WrestleMania where I did. Here's a recap. Number 31 on the list was WrestleMania 11. Number 30 on the list was 16. Number 29 on the list was WrestleMania 22. Number 28 on the list, WrestleMania 9. Number 27 on my list was WrestleMania 2. Number 26 on my list was WrestleMania 8. Number 25 on my list was WrestleMania 23. Number 24 on my list was WrestleMania 7. Number 23 on the list was WrestleMania 24, and right now on the list, number 22, as you see in the thumbnail, WrestleMania 27. And when I look at this card, and when I look at the build-up, and when I look at everything in this card, this is a very mediocre card, but let's not mistake ourselves. What really made this card was the hype behind The Rock and John Cena. The main event in this pay-per-view was The Miz and John Cena, okay? But this rivalry, like The Miz, even though he was the World Heavyweight, the WWE Champion at the time, this whole rivalry and this whole pay-per-view was the build of a teaser with The Rock and Cena. And for those of you who really forgot, now that this storyline is long gone, it was really huge. Just teasing the idea of The Rock and John Cena was a major deal. You're talking about the guy who was kind of the face of the company, like him or not, in the last 10 years, and the guy who was kind of one of the faces of the Attitude Era within The Rock. The two faces of these generations potentially going at it, and that's what it was built upon. The Miz was secondary in this whole rivalry. So even though it was Miz Cena, we all knew that there was a lot of heat and a lot of build-up with The Rock and Cena. So here's number 27 here, WrestleMania 27 here on the list here with 22 days left. So here we go. Number 1, first match on the card, Alberto Del Rio, the Royal Rumble winner, facing World Heavyweight Champion Edge. First match on the card. And here's another reason why I cannot rank it any lower than I already did here. It has to be at 22. But you know what? That's not bad. That's not bad of a rank. And I'm not bashing any WrestleMania. Now at this point, every single WrestleMania is good. And I understand WWE's logic of putting this World Heavyweight title match between Edge and Del Rio first. They had the mentality of thinking, well, let's start off WrestleMania with a World Heavyweight title match, and let's end WrestleMania with a World Heavyweight title match. But to me, it just demeans the bout and makes that bout almost like a Intercontinental title bout. And I think towards these end days of the World title, it really got diluted and really made even the Royal Rumble. I think this is when it started getting really diluted. Like guys like Sheamus and Del Rio, before they were real big names, just winning Royal Rumble matches and then having them be the first matches on the card. I never liked that. I thought it just demeans the title. Anyways, this landed up being Edge's last title match and last match ever. This was Edge's retirement match, and then he had to retire after this due to injuries. So what better way to end it with retaining the World Heavyweight title in the biggest stage of them all, WrestleMania. Cody Rhodes defeating Rey Mysterio in the second match. Kane, Big Show, Santino Marella, and Kofi Kingston here defeating, I guess, the Nexus, so still around, Wade Barrett, Heath Slater, and those guys defeating them. CM Punk versus Randy Orton. Randy Orton picking up the win. A horrible storyline I never really got behind. The announcers having a WrestleMania match. Jerry the King Lawler and Michael Cole. Michael Cole getting the win. Stone Cold Steve Austin was a special referee, but it was the anonymous general manager at the time, which was another bad angle at the time, awarding the match to Cole. Undertaker versus Triple H, the second time they fought. The first time they fought was at WrestleMania 17. This was the second time they fought here at 27. Undertaker winning on Hell's Gate, and eventually setting up the year storyline at WrestleMania 28 when we got to see the end of the era match in the Hell in a Cell. this is the match that set it up. Because even though The Undertaker won that match, Triple H beat the holy goddamn hell out of him. And Undertaker wasn't able to leave under his own power. So it kind of almost made it look like Triple H won the match, even though The Undertaker won. Triple H was the one that walked out under his own power, and Undertaker had nothing left, which led to the next year at 28. Now finally, The Miz and Cena, with The Miz picking up the win, the heel picking up the win, but the fans were okay with that because The Rock screwed Cena, and eventually they did what was never done ever in the history of WWE before, announced the match the very next night on Raw for WrestleMania 28, announcing the main event for a one-year build. The night right after 27 announced that 28 title match. I mean, not title match, one-on-one main event, Cena Rock. Never in the history of a WWE WrestleMania that has been done where they announced it. So there you go there, a very mediocre card, but not bad card. I mean, when you read it out loud, it's real mediocre. You go back and watch it, it was very entertaining. It does have a lot of playback possibility to it. And when I rank these, that's one of the biggest things I look at is, can you go back and replay and rewatch and sit down and watch these WrestleManias? There's some like WrestleManias like 11 where you can't really go back and watch it any time. Some like these you can. So there you go. There's number 22 on the list. See you guys tomorrow for number 21. And don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any of my countdown for the 31 days of WrestleMania. Take care, guys.